Okay, I have to ask you, the fans start seeing you, they start calling you Miguel. Miguel.
They did, yeah.
I had to remember, I'm like, no, Miguel.
No, it's
John.
Jon Huertas. Yeah, I showed up to the hotel yesterday, and yeah, everybody in front was just screaming Miguel, which is a new thing. I have never experienced that before in my life. But yeah, I think people, they're still saying goodbye to Miguel. I'm still saying goodbye to Miguel. You don't want to let him go.
Yeah, it's just like a testament to the show in itself, like how much people have like just fallen in love with this whole family and this whole storyline, and again, like very upset that the show's ending.
Yeah, everybody. I mean, it's bittersweet. People, I know that they love the show, but I also think that they're going to be very happy and very gratified at the end of our show. They're going to feel like the way that the story started and the way that it ended it's bookended. It's like a great book. You had your first chapter and your last chapter. You were smiling when you started reading it. You're gonna be smiling when you finish reading it.
But now I know the last 2 episodes. How many boxes of Kleenex should we be investing in?
I don't use Kleenex. I use 100% recycled bamboo. I'm just kidding.
So how much of that recycled bamboo tissue should we be?
I think for the season finale, you don't need as much.
Okay.
For the second to last episode. The second to last episode is going to be, for me, which is tomorrow night, it's going to be tough.
Will you watch in real time? I know you filmed it.
I always watch in real time.
Wow. Okay.
I always do. I mean, even the Miguel episode, we all watched it together as a cast with Dan Fogelman. We had a little retreat and we watched it together. But on Tuesday night, I watched it again in real time. My wife and I always tune in. It's the only appointment television we do, basically. But I like to, I don't know, I just like to, this is a show that I'm a fan of, not just a cast member on. So I like to support the show in that way. It helps with, just with this network that the NBC is like, it's part of my family. So it just it means something to me to like sit down and watch it when it comes out. So I'll do it tomorrow night.
And this is the episode tomorrow night where I know that the cast was very emotional reading it. I know that Mandy had the physical reactions that she threw up reading this episode, and you cried as well. I mean, talk about working through all those emotions and just getting this done, because again, like the fans are just.
Well, you have that emotion. It's ending. You've read these beautiful words, and you just as actors, we take those emotions and it's a gift. You get to use that when you are filming, and you get to use that to connect. When you're feeling these if it's sadness, if it's apprehension, what do? You want to connect with somebody. You want someone to help you get through that, right, in life. So as actors, you do that on set. You do that when they're filming. You know that connection is going to translate into the work that people see on television. And that's all we want to do, is we want to connect with people. I think that's why people love our show for so many years, is because they feel like they've been able to connect to all of us on a very personal level, on a very visceral and vulnerable level. They feel the vulnerability of our characters because as actors, as the writers, we put our vulnerabilities into the stories. Like almost all of the stories that we've seen over the last 6 years come from a very personal place of the writers. Yeah, a lot of Miguel especially, like his story is my story. Like the hair story, the feeling like you're stuck between two different worlds and you don't fit. All of our stories come from very personal places, and I think that's what makes an audience want to tune in. They want to feel like we're gifting them with that, and that we're connecting with them.
I love that you said that. It's a gift. Okay, so John, not Miguel, what are you looking forward to next? Let's do something light, right? Let's laugh a little, right?
So people have been talking to me. Emmys have been talking to me about comedies. I would like to do a comedy with sentiment, a comedy that's funny, but that also there are notes of sentiment. It's something grounded, something that comes from a real place. I love Craig Robinson's new show, Killing It. It's extreme comedy, but it comes from such a real place of him trying to live up to his father's words and expectations, and so I love that. So that's the kind of comedy I'd like to do moving forward. But I'm going to be directing. I started directing on the show, so I'm going to keep directing. So I've got a bunch of directing gigs lined up for this year, and I'm still reading projects and seeing if something speaks to me. And I'm doing a podcast and I'm producing.
You're busy.
I'm going on vacation now soon. Gotta take a break.
Deserved.
Yeah.
Okay? And turn off that phone. You're gonna do everything.
Absolutely.
Right?
Lay on a yacht.
That's it.
I'm gonna do a yacht. I've never done a yacht before. I'm gonna do a yacht.
You're gonna live your best life.
Exactly.
Yeah.